Ayun. Anyway, eto na nga ang real talk sa mga ang ano 'no, ang mother of real talk ngayong linggong ito.
Ayan, ayan.
Ayan.
Just so you know, I have a little bit of background in the Philippines. In 1986, I was deployed there as a platoon commander to reinforce the Subic garrison after the fall of the Marcos regime. There was concern about the new People's Army, so I have a warm spot in my heart for the Philippines. Let's build upon what Colonel Wilkerson had said earlier. The United States is incapable of fighting a sustained conflict against a peer-level force. The United States cannot fight and engage China and win. We will not beat the Chinese. We cannot beat the Chinese, and we know this, and yet we're using the Philippines to create the conditions of potential conflict with the Chinese. Please understand that for the Filipino people, this is a recipe for disaster. You think America is your friend. So too did the Ukrainian people, and they are dying by the hundreds of thousands. Friends don't let friends die in those quantities. The Ukrainians have been displaced by the tens of millions. Friends don't let friends have their cities destroyed in this manner. Friends don't let friends have families separated, have mothers and children destined to a life of refugee status in perpetual poverty. That's not how friends behave. America has never been the friend of the Ukrainians, and we are not the friends of the Filipinos. We don't like you. If we did like you, we wouldn't be doing this to you.
Sakit, Bex.
Grabe, ha?
We don't like you.
We don't like you. We are not the friends of the Filipino.
We are using you. You are a tool, nothing but a tool. And when the tool ceases to be useful, we will discard you.
We will discard
you means usually after a war that devastates you. We are using you to gain some sort of momentary leverage over the Chinese. We will fail. The Chinese will win, and you will be destroyed. End of story. It's high time the Filipino people pressure their government to start sitting down and engaging the Chinese government responsibly. China is not your enemy. China is your neighbor. China is your friend. China doesn't want war. And if you would engage China in diplomacy, and as we've all indicated here, America has long since lost the skill set necessary to carry out diplomacy, but the Filipinos, the Philippine people can reignite this, to relearn it, to use this skill to prevent a war. But if you continue to behave as colonial subjects, and I know that's a sore subject in the Philippines, because you were the colonial subjects of America. We still view you as our colonial subjects. We don't like you. We don't care about you. We just want to use you. Grow up. Grow up and act responsibly. Take control of your own future. America is not here to help you. America is here only to use you until there's nothing left, and then we will discard you on the trash heap of history.
Wow.
I must tell you, I spent a lot of time in the Philippines and came in off the carrier Iwo Jima, the Valley Forge, the Guadalcanal, and both Scott would agree with me. Americans have a tremendous love for the Filipino people. I would say two of my very, very closest friends are from the Philippines. And we really wish very much that you were not in this posture. But I think it's very important for the Philippines to be clear-eyed in what's going on and not to be led down the path by bellicose military people from the United States. You're talking about small islands. I wish China were not engaged in that particular policy. I tend to be sympathetic towards them on many things, but less so on that one. But at the same time, I think you've got to make sort of a cold, clear-eyed assessment and say, look, it's not worth a war with a great power for the Philippines to engage in combat over those small islands. But I do agree that it is time to use diplomacy and to attempt to resolve the issue. Whatever you do not simply become a tool of the United States and be led into an armed conflict that ends up in disaster for the Filipino people. Because if you do, you will break the heart of a whole lot of us who just dearly love the Philippines and the people of the islands.
Alam mo yung
Just so you know,
sila na yung nagmamakaawa na, mahal namin kayo, wag kayong tumahak. Di ba parang ako lang last year, di ba? Tapos naging puti at naging lalaki at naging macho at maging mataba. Exactly what I said in February. Hindi ba? Ayan na, dating sundalo, dating marine, dating senator ng United States, ikaw kayo na sinasabihan.
Dating UN weapons inspector.
Di ba? Isinampal-sampal na sa pagbumukha ninyo yung sinasabi ko, puti na yung mismo nagsabi. Siguro naman magigising na yung karamihan, no? But, maganda yung pagkakasabi, no? Na,
Maganda.
The United States has already lost its diplomatic skills, which is true. Ito may nagsabi sa akin, diniscuss ko kanina sa live, which is true. How many times, the United States has one of the most brilliant international scholars, foreign policy scholars in the world. I know that because that's what we study, all their writings. And conflict resolution, maybe not conflict resolution scholars kasi that's the province of Scandinavian international relations scholars, no? But still, they're very competent and etc. The U.S. Diplomatic Corps is one of the best trained in the world. Maybe at par with China because the Chinese Diplomatic Corps is much better trained. How many times the United States hosted a diplomatic talks between China and the Philippines so that it could be a broker for a peaceful solution? How many?
There you go.
How many?
None.
How many?
Nada. None. Zero.
They never look for peace.
How many? None. So what are they sending? What are they sending? Are they sending their best diplomats in order to help the Philippines and China in order to patch things up?
No. They're sending weapons.
Weapons, soldiers, etc. Are those instruments of diplomacy?
Instruments of war.
Instruments of war. Wag na tayo magbobola-bolahan, no? That's how you count. There is an empirical data that you must rely on in order to determine where your foreign policy is going. If you are sending more diplomats every day, trying hard, etc., then that is your priority. Pero kung ikaw, ang ginagawa mo, pinagsasalita mo dyan, gusto mo nang, itong si Taraliela, meron pa siya isang time, one time minsan na, yung sinasalita lang, yung high-ranking, military official ng China, evil, may maganon-ganon pa siya. Bex, ano ka? Parang, what are you? Diba? So, nasampal-sampal ka na. Diba? Nasampal-sampal ka na mga Amerikano. Maniniwala ka pa rin. Actually, maganda, no? Itong si Senator at itong si Ritter. Makapag-debate sa dito kay Gibo at kay Anong masasabi ngayon nila Gibo dito sa sinabi ng mga Amerikano mismo? Sabihin man nila, ay mali mga Amerikano yan, maniniwala kami dun sa mga sa ibang Amerikano. Okay, then let them have a debate online debate. Bakit ba kasi ayaw ng mga officials na ito na makipag-debate? Why is it so hard for them to debate foreign policy? Is it because they don't know anything about foreign policy? Is it because they don't know anything about geopolitics? Hindi ba? Nasampal-sampal na sila. And they are just resorting to memes and sasabihin ka na lang na, ay pro-China ka. Pero
Traidor ka.
but that is not debate. That is name calling. That is a 5-year-old argument.
Right.
Di ba?
Right.
Ano tayo? Mag-argue tayo ng magna cum laude to magna cum laude. Ganun ang level, bakla. Para mataas naman natin yung antas ng
Discussion. Yes.
Di ba? Para mataas natin yung diskurso. Ngayon, ang anuhin nila dito is hindi naman dyan papunta. Saan nga papunta yung policy ninyo? You must have a clear end goal. What is the end goal of the administration? Of the military? What is? Can someone tell me what is their end goal?
No one.
No one. No. Alam ko to. Alam ko kung bakit alam ko to, no? I was invited before to give a lecture on the South China Sea conflict ng NICA. This was before pang nagbago-bago ng foreign policy ito si BBM. That was I think around September, August. Bago pa ako naging member ng National Security Council Experts Group. So, ayan, ang dami diyan. So tinanong ko sila. I was there. They were like officials, high-ranking officials ng NICA. Tinanong ko sila, do you know what is the end goal of the Philippines? That is a question that you ask in security issue. What is your end goal? Is your end goal to remove all Chinese in any Chinese at all in the South China Sea? Is that your end goal? Is your end goal roll back?
Right.
Walang makasagot. Sabi ko, well, okay, sabihin natin, ang end goal nyo is roll back, remove all the Chinese. Oh, what are you willing, from that end goal, you have to backtrack. Ano yung gagawin mo mga steps in order to achieve that?
Achieve that, yes.
Diba?
And are you capable of
achieving that?
Of achieving that end goal.
You are achieving that. Ito si Bombo, national interest. Bakla hindi mo alam ang ibig sabihin ng national interest. You know what? There are a lot of debates about what national interest is, no, in an international relations scholarship. One of the best definition of national interest is by, the great Hans J. Morgenthau. Sinabi niya, nagdidebate sila ng national interest. Well, he's a realist. Sabi niya, your national interest must match your capability.
Right.
And you must prioritize. Okay? You must prioritize what your national interests are based upon your capabilities, because you cannot punch over your weight. If you punch over your weight, you will collapse.
Right.
That is a fact.
That's where Big Brother comes in.
Diba? You cannot punch over your weight. No? Right. What is actually the weight of the Philippines? And this is empirical, no?
Paperweight.
Weight, the most important source of power is industrial capacity.
Exactly.
Industrial capacity. Okay? Industrial capacity.
Which is diminishing by the year, no?
And industrial capacity in the Philippines is diminishing by the year. So, if your industrial capacity is diminishing by the year, your economy is, of course, also diminishing. You don't have a real economy anymore. Okay? What is real economy, kids? Mga nakikinig, what is real economy? What is the difference between real economy and just economy? Real economy, mga kababayan, mga estudyante, these are actually products that you produce by your industries. Okay? Yan ang real economy. Kaya nga ang sabi nila, Russia will not be defeated because its economy is based on the real economy. High manufacturing. Okay? You actually produce something. Ano yung kabaliktaran ng real economy? This is like a bubble economy. Yung mga financial derivatives, insurance, etc. Yung
wala naman consumer economy.
No productivity. Like for example, yung mga sweldo ng mga artista, yung mga sweldo yung it actually inflates the economy because of high how do you call this? Itong mga high value na to, but it actually doesn't accompany any productivity at all. So now you become the #1 importer of rice.
We can't even grow our own ginger.
That actually means that even your agriculture, which is actually the industry that you should have already mastered by now, is collapsing. And you are going to punch over your actual weight. Where do you think you're going?
Where is it?
Exactly. Yes.
Wala.
Walang patutunguhan.
True.
Yun na nga, no? I don't know kung maririnig at maiintindihan ng mga kababayan natin na mismong mga puti na, mismong mga Amerikano na talaga ang nagsasabi na ginagawa lang tayong instrumento ng Amerikano para sa giyera nila against China. At katulad ng isang instrumento, katulad ng isang tool, pag tapos na sila, gagamitin ang tool, i-discard na nila, itatapon na nila, and usually sa basurahan, the trash bin of history. But it's usually daw, pagkatapos ng isang devastating war na talagang will destroy us as a country. So mismo na yan, former UN weapons inspector si Scott Ritter, former Marine US Marine Intelligence Officer. Yung mga nandun, mga retired colonel, no? As well, no? Mga military men. Na tingnan mo Joey, tingnan mo. Itong mga taong to, combat veterans. They know the face of war. They've been in actual war. No? Ayaw nila ng gera. The veterans, yung mga veterano na naka-experience na ng digmaan, ayaw nila ng digmaan. The least people who want war are those people that have already experienced war. Now, my question is, itong si Tariela, itong si Gibo Chodoro, itong mga amboys tulad ni Hidarian, tulad ng yung bagong boyfriend ni Tariela na si Calzado. Caldazo.
Ano mo na siya, you come across him Caldaza. He suggested that since hindi naman tayo sinusuportahan ng mga kapitbahay natin sa ASEAN, exit na lang tayo sa ASEAN.
They don't really care. The ASEAN countries don't care about the Philippines because the Philippines is all about drama, #1. And #2, the Philippines is not giving them anything of value.
Yes.
Mga tangla, be realistic. Be realistic. Do you really think the ASEAN countries will actually go behind the Philippines when what's happening right now in ASEAN is it's being connected by high-speed railways because of China's financing? Do you really think that they would like to give that up for you? Who the
ASEAN 9 would be much happier pag nag-exit tayo.
Correct!
Correct.
Sabi ko nga pagka kunwari tayo, sabi na, exit na kami sa ASEAN, siguro sasabihin ng mga ASEAN brothers oh my God, sa wakas.
At last. This guy also has one crazy idea. Sabi niya, it's much better for the Philippine Navy to ground 2 ships between China and the northernmost tip and between the Sitangkay Archipelago and Sabah.
Pwede naman. Magkano ba ang isang Navy ship? Paki-check nga, i-google nyo nga, magkano isang Navy ship? Magkano isang Navy ship? Can you check it? How much is one Navy ship?
Yung BRP, is probably, magkano ba yun? 2 billion? 2 billion pesos?
And that was, yung BRP Sierra Madre, World War II na pinaglumaan yan ng United States.
Ng United States, yes.
Okay. Sa US, in 2020, the US Navy estimate that it's $870 million per ship.
Dollars.
In dollars, yes.
Lagay na lang natin 1 billion.
How much that in peso?
It's about 48 billion.
870, hindi kasha yung calculator, Sas.
870 million US dollar to PHP.
That's almost a billion pesos.
That's 51
billion.
That's 51 billion pesos. Tapos i-run na ground mo dyan 51 billion pesos. And these are the experts that these people talk to. Are you fucking insane? You are wasting 51 billion? For what? What is the ROI? Ganyan girl na mag-isip. What is the ROI? When are you expected to get your return of investment? That's how you talk about natural interest. No? It is expressed in material terms. That is the only thing that matter. Yung mga pride, yung mga ganyan, you only do that when you already achieve the ROI. Hindi ka mag-ano na, I'm so proud ngayon kasi nakapagmagayway kami ng ano. Bakla, no serious country in the world would actually look at you and think we should come to the Philippines. None.
Would look at you with envy.
With none, mga bakla. I have recently talked to a diplomat of a Southeast Asian country. Hindi ko lang sabihin kung saan. Tinatanong niya, ano ba nangyayari? What is happening to your country? Parang, why does your country in this situation, ano bang gusto niyang mangyari? Kasi sabi niya, now we are all looking at the Philippines of what is actually what it wants to do. No ma? Parang ano ba do gusto ba niyan itong does it really want to be in a fight with China? Does it really want to have this fight escalate? What is exactly what exactly the Philippines want? And this is like a diplomat of a Southeast Asian country. And I told him, I don't know too, because you know, what is exactly your end goal? When do you want to achieve it? Hindi ba? You cannot achieve, ano ba yan? Gusto mo mamamatay ka na, hindi mo pa ma-achieve yung end goal mo because it's unrealistic. As simple as that. No? It is unrealistic. Whatever the end goal of BBM and whoever, pati itong mga batang-batang yultong na ito, these are people who doesn't know anything about national interest, what national interests are, what do you do in order to achieve your national interests. That national interests actually have actual ROI.
Walang balik.
Of course.
Walang balik. Bakla nagsasayang ka ng pera, and this all redounds to a lot of Filipinos do not know anything about business, about financial matters, di ba? Kaya nga di ba nung si Tessie Coso nagsalita siya na please tone down because this is bad for business. What did these idiots do? Inatake si Tessie
Coson. Yes.
Inatake si Tessie Coson. So si Tessie Coson nanahimik na lang. Of course, I'm pretty sure nasa isip ng Tessie Coson, these people are idiots. They don't know how to run a business.
Right.
And what is actually necessary for a business to thrive. Bakla, this is a billionaire, no? Okay lang kay Tessie Coson. Gusto mo awayan ng China? Yeah, Tessie Coson can actually easily repatriate her money, her family's money and move to China.
Yes.
And actually, marami ng SM malls actually dito sa China. So,
marami na.
Actually, they're actually doing well. Actually, doing much better than the SM malls. A lot of SM malls in the Philippines. So, is that what you actually want to do? Who actually wanted to invest in you if your country is actually on the brink of suicide?
Correct. Even Filipinos do not want to. Kami nga ni Kuya ay nakausap namin sa katerbang OFW last few days ago eh.
Right.
Diba? all of them wanted to go back to the Philippines and spend their hard-earned money here in the Philippines. So, kaso Miss Joey, natatakot kami kasi parang baka yung pinagputahan nila ng ilang dekada pagdating dito sa Pilipinas, 'di ba? Baliwala lang because of the impending
The Chinese foreign policy is very simple, no? There are only 4 things that are non-negotiables for them. Xinjiang, Tibet, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. The rest negotiable.
Yes.
Ikaw naman, hindi negotiable sa amin. Oy, bakla ka. Di mag-away tayo dito. Ay mo makipag-negotiate. Okay, fine. Diba? As simple as that, no? Ito, parang hindi mo alam kung ano ba ang pinagugutan ng mga ito. Where did they actually get their knowledge from? Hindi ba? And then those people who have knowledge, they actually isolate. They make these people na nag-aral as if they're stupid, just like what happened in that interview with the Lord Dean interviewee. So,
right.
So the simple answer is, what is your end game? And how do you want to achieve your end game? Is it realistic? Do you have the capabilities? If you don't have the capabilities in order to achieve your end game, you are punching above your weight. That is the number one mistake in international relations. If you punch above your weight. Look at Ukraine. Ukraine has been punching above its weight for how many years now? My God, it's 2024. Russia launched special military operations in February. They had
2022.
They had a talk immediately in March. In March, they were almost agreeing on a lot of things. What did UK and the US did? No, don't agree on that. Nung panahon na yon, bakla wala pang masyadong nasasakop
devastation, wala pang masyadong devastation.
Wala pa.
Walang namamatay.
Wala pa masyado, no? Wala pa masyado. Now it's 2024, 500,000 and counting ang Ukraine ng casualties. Halos buong coastline niya, siguro only 1/8 of its coastline is not controlled by Russia. What else?
25% of Ukrainian territory is now controlled by Russia.
Now, it's now pati mga minors sinisend na nila sa battlefield. Is that a wise decision? Who actually thought of this? This is not based on realism. This is actually based on fantasy.
Yes.
No?
Delusion, yes.
Too expensive to massage one's ego.
Yes.
Ganun lang kasimple yan, no? EB, do you have a business or something like that?
I run a business for quite some time.
So alam to ni EB, when you're running a business, simple lang. What is the ROI?
Yes.
Mag-i-invest ako. Kailan ang ROI? Kailan ito ma-achieve? How much?
Yes.
That is how you run national interests as well. Because you are investing the people's money. Hindi mo pera yan. Hindi mo pera yan. That's why the more that you must be careful about using the resources of the Philippines, because this is the money of every Filipino, especially of ordinary workers who work day and night just to able to pay taxes. No? At kailangan ng taxes nila, wala ka naman nagbabalik sa kanila. Tapos gagamitin mo yung kanilang resources to invest on something that has no clear ROI for the country. That is the EB. Would you invest your money in a project that has no clear ROI?
Of course not. Even if you have the money and even if you have the opportunity to invest, if you don't have the wherewithal and the skill set and the ability and even the personnel to do such an investment, it's not a wise investment. And that is what's happening now sa West Philippine Sea na nga eh. So, talagang, yes.
Diba? Ito lang, ganito lang kasimple ko, no? Magpayaman ka muna. Get rich. get rich, and then when you become richer, you can follow Vietnam. It bought all the weapons wherever it is. It's not tied to the United States. Now it's secure, etc. But it's still, ang ganda-ganda ng relasyon niya ngayon sa China. The number 2 investor in Vietnam is actually China, no? Well, it's Hong Kong, but Hong Kong is China.
Of course, it's China. Yes.
Number 3 is mainland China. So it's Hong Kong, China. Actually, it's even number 1 kasi pag pinagsama mo yung Hong Kong and mainland, no, it's they might be number 1. Now, Vietnam is milya-milya na ang layo sa Pilipinas. Mga putang ina ninyo, Vietnam has just been in a war. Vietnam was isolated for a very, very long time. It was actually even in the mid-90s that United States actually fully opened its relationship with Vietnam. And now Vietnam is producing its own car brand and exporting to the Philippines. Ihiya.
True. Diyos me.
How stupid you are. Diba? How stupid you are that you cannot even get Sabah back and you have a very, very weak military to contend with.
Eto Sas, eto pa yung sobrang, Diyos ko po parang, the Philippines and our officials, the Philippines, its citizens and our officials think that China is spying on us. Putang ina, anong meron tayo? Na kailangan nilang i-spy. Samantala sa China, ginagamot na nila lahat ng sakit doon. Nahanap na nila lahat ng sakit. Na-produce na nila lahat ng technology na mag-a-advance ng buhay nila. Anong i-spy nila sa atin? Recipe ng adobo?
Tapos magdadala ng mga old military uniforms and medal of awards.
Actually, they actually already have a pill, no? Well, it's not really a cure for cancer, but it's actually helping you mitigate the effect of cancer.
They discovered cure for diabetes already.
Yeah, for diabetes. Bakla, they have sent operations in Mars and the far side of the moon.
The first one to land.
Tapos na yung mga Pilipino dito. I-spy daw tayo na dyan. Mga Bex, anong kailangan sa inyo ng China? Yung recipe ng adobo ng lola mo?
Tapos doon pa sa Bamban Tarlac, mag-i-spy. Ano na sa Bamban Tarlac? Ano ba sa Porac tsaka sa Bamban?
Kasi
ano ba mga sensitive military?
Nakakaloka dito. Really? They're going to Bamban and Porac to spy on you, pero you are silent that the first family is doing the first family is doing business with state-owned companies of China, which is actually done by
Lisa's
CPC.
brother.
Correct.
And then they will have to go to Bamban and Porac to spy. Bakla, ayan na, nakikipag-business na sila doon sa first family and friends. Ayan na. Pero hindi nila masasabi yun.
They're finding clues of because there are uniforms in Porac.
Sas pati Peking duck.
Di ba na parang, Bex, the family and friends, officials, di ba si Aboitiz, parang siya yung president nung,
Economic Advisory Council.
Parang ganyan-ganyan. He's doing business with a company na ang CEO ay part ng CPC and was even a member of the National People's Congress, business partner. Hindi ba kung spying? Ayan na But you don't want to say this, no? Because the trick of the Americans is to keep the Filipino masses angry in order to tie the politicians of the Philippines. Ngayon, okay lang sa mga American na, okay, you do business, but keep the Filipinos angry. Ganyan naman sila eh. It has always been like that. No? It has always been like that. the elite of the Philippines has always been like double dealing like that. They did that during the Spanish times in 1898. No, when some of them were actually doing business with the Spaniards, and then the revolutionaries. When the revolutionaries are winning, of course they drop the Spaniards. When the Americans came, what did they do? They actually turned their backs against the revolutionaries, embraced the Americans. Let's do business. During the Japanese time, it's the same thing.
Yes.
During the Japanese time, the elite did business with the Japanese. And then when the Japanese was being defeated by the Americans, they went back and then connived with the Americans. And who are these family? The same families.
The same family names.
These are the same family. Now, the Filipinos are so stupid, no? Why are you so stupid? Look at your media. Utang ina, hanggang ngayon, ang telenovela ninyo is about kabit. Bakla. Nakikita nyo na ba ang mga pinapalabas sa Asian countries? Bakla, quantum physics na.
The three-body problem.
The three-body problem was a famous show in China watched by the masses. Quantum physics, bakla. Cosmology, bakla. Ikaw, ngayon ang tinuturo sa iyo is kabit. Ganun kalayo. Ganun kalayo, bakla. Hindi ba kayo nahihiya? Hindi ba kayo nahihiya? Tapos ngayon you want to punch above your weight? Bakla, no country is taking you seriously. Believe me, sinabi na ng Amerikano, nobody. They really want you because these countries cannot defeat China economically. They have to compete with the world's most complete industrial system. That is
they cannot even beat Russia.
You cannot even beat Russia. No, Russia is far more weaker than China. They cannot. Now, all the industrial system of China is focused on producing goods. No, kaya nga may overcapacity problem. So how do you beat that? You have to give China a problem wherein its industrial capacity would be channeled. What is that problem? You have to give it a war to fight. So that yung industrial capacity niya, doon mabubuo. Para lang. But they don't want to defeat China. They just want China to slow down. Right. They just want China to slow down. And one of the best ways to do that is really to give China one fight. No? But China will not do that because China is not stupid. Bakla, China is producing highly intelligent people every year by the millions.
Correct. And they're not shying away in telling the Philippines na, "Ay, wag kayo magpagamit." 'Di ba? Parang alam namin pinoprovoke nyo kami. Sorry. Kayo naman Philippines, wag kayo magpagamit, 'di ba?
Sabi ni Inaro, mukhang hindi alam ni Sas ang contribution ng mga Pilipino. Yeah, alam ko yan, Inaro, the contribution of 2-3 scientists in quantum physics. Do you know how many quantum physics contribution of Chinese scientists on quantum physics? And where are these quantum physicists, Inaro? Filipino quantum physicists. They are in London. They are in the US, in London, and in London. Are they in the Philippines? No, because your scientific establishment in the country is bagsak. Nothing. There's
cannot
no
accommodate those kind of
There is no career. Wag, alam mo ikaw, Inaro, you have to separate the achievement of a country and achievement of an individual.
Person, yes.
Actually, number one yan. Kaya nakakaano to kausap to si Inaro. May Inaro kasi, ang problem, we have proven that you are intellectually dishonest. It's really a waste of time talking to you. Sa totoo lang.
Sabi niya, di ba may contribution? That's not the contribution of the country. That is the contribution of an individual. At kaya nagkaroon ng contribution yung individual na yon because that individual was honed in a country that actually nurtured that talent. That's why the Philippines cannot own that victory. No single Filipino can own that victory because your country is not a fertile ground for science to progress.
Exactly. Yes.
look at the chess players, no? Si Wesley So.
Yes.
Are you gonna really say that the achievement of Wesley So is the achievement of the Philippines? No.
Or even the fencer.
The Americans trained him, nurtured his talent, provided an environment where he can achieve such heights, di ba?
Exactly.
Nagkait ng Pilipinas yun sa kanya.
Di ba? Exactly. No, that's why you cannot. Wesley So is a Filipino.
Yes.
Are you gonna say that, oh, maraming achievement ang Pilipino sa chess? Yeah, but as an individual, we're talking here about the achievement of a country.
Sabi ni Leila, Joey, akyat daw si Enaro. Di na. Mag-send kayo ng ibang tao. Mag-send kayo ng ibang tao. Nakausap na namin si Enaro.
Alam mo what I noticed here in China in studying? The Chinese are not afraid and that are not arrogant in order to consider themselves as backward still. Backward pa kayo. Alam mo yung pinapabasa sa amin, alam mo yung mga Chinese writer na critical of Chinese society. Nagkukulat nga ako, seryoso ba to? Yung mga kaklase ko na mismo, sabi ko, ay naku, parang, that Chinese is actually being too westernized in thinking. But these are like the authors celebrated in China who are critical of their own society. Gugulat ka ako, sabi ko, putang ina, parang, it's so weird. At yun, they consider themselves still developing. They consider themselves too backward. They still consider that kaya ang plano nila is to rejuvenate, and they don't feel that they haven't yet rejuvenated. They feel that they're still backward, that there's still a lot of things to do. Na parang, that is what you call, people who, AB has a business, no? These are really, kasi if you are really an achiever, you will really know that there are still more things to do.
Of course, you will never you will never run out of things to do or ideas to make this
and improve on. Kasi you know that this is not enough. This is not yet enough. This is not yet it.
It's always a work in progress, yes. Even like you as a scholar.
Diba? Pero itong mga ito, no, na parang okay na ang Pilipinas, maganda na tayo. Sige, lumaban na tayo. Bakla. You are, alam mo kung gaano kahigsi ang railway sa Pilipinas? My God. You haven't yet achieved the old industrial revolution level. Bakla, nandito na tayo sa fourth industrial revolution and your railways are not even in the first revolution.
True. Sabi ni Prof Bato, Philippines need to create an environment for innovation to happen. There's no significant innovation happening. Weak ang STEM sa Pilipinas.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Tama si Prof. Tama talaga.
Yan
and even the humanities, no? Kasi weak nga yung STEM education system natin. Even the humanities side, and I think Sas would agree with it, na yung humanities studies na it hasn't been given so much importance, no?
Kaya, the level of scholarship in the Philippines is what's going on. Diba? So yun.
Kasi nga joke yung ang daming joke kasi na scholar dito.
Sabi ni Oliver, mga inchik pinapaaral nila sa ibang bansa pag college. Actually, yung pinapaaral nila sa ibang bansa, yun yung mga hindi nakapasa sa mga top schools dito sa China. So now, ngayon, ito kasing mga university, mga elite university sa US, ang source talaga ng funding nila is foreign students. And the Chinese pay. Kaya ang daming kaya ang daming Chinese sa kasi nga itong mga Chinese ito hindi sila nakapasa ng ng mga top schools dito kasi 'di ba meron silang exams na may quota. So you have to go syempre gusto mo ng top tier university. Di lumabas ka na lang, bayad ka na lang.
Yes. Pero yun na nga, Sas, no, going back, no, in 2022 ata yun, China has overtaken the West, the collective West, in terms of published na scientific journals.
Scientific journals.
Yes.
Ayun.
So, ano pa?
True. Ay, may sasabihin na.
I will just give you a lesson on Chinese politics. It's very competitive. You need the number one factor is education. You have to be highly educated. Number two, you have to have experience. Kaya nga you have to start from the bottom. No, hindi yung you can only reach the top after you climb so many stairs, and you have to know what you're talking about. Like I'm gonna show you, Joey. Kasi ang mga CV ng mga Chinese official ay available online, no? Meron kasi nga ito ang fina-follow ng mga Western country. Tinitingnan ng mga Western country kung sino yung possible na magiging susunod na chairman ng CPC. Tingnan mo yan. Ay, naka-down pala.
Ay, down for maintenance.
Pero tingnan mo yung I'm gonna show you, puntahan natin yung Chinese Politburo kasi yan ang parang Board of Trustees. Board of Trustees.
Board of Trustees.
Look at the standing committee, yung 7, the top 7. So i-click mo yung mga names diyan and then look at the yan ang pinaka upper echelon Communist Party. Yung standing committee, yung 7 na lang sila.
Ito. Correct. Si President Xi.
Tingnan mo education.
Early life and education. Ayan. Without the protection of his father, party secretary. Asan yung niya? Asan yung education kinemot?
Ayan no. Early life and education.
Oo nga.
Tingnan mo yung so
went to Beijing Bai School. And then Beijing number 25 school in the
that's the last paragraph. So
after 7 rejections, she joined the communist.
So he was rejected 7 times in order kasi napaka-competitive mag-join ng Communist Party.
Communist League of China.
Chemical engineer.
He joined the CCP 10 times and was finally accepted on his 10th attempt.
10th attempt na accept.
She studied chemical engineering at Tsinghua University.
Wow.
As a worker, peasant, soldier student in Beijing. The engineering majors there spent about 15% of their time studying Marxism, Leninism, and 5% of their time doing farm work and learning from the People's Liberation Army.
Farm work.
So engineer yan, is a farmer, and you have to start from the bottom. You got rejected 10 times in order to join a political party. Sa Pilipinas, how do you join a political party in the Philippines?
You buy in, just like playing poker. Or you are born into it.
You're born into it? You donate?
and Xi Jinping, the father of Xi Jinping is actually a very high, one of the high officials ng CPC. Kasi ang tatay ata ni, if I'm not mistaken, ang tatay ni Xi Jinping ang responsible, I think, sa development ng Xiamen. Xiamen ba?
Xiamen, Fujian province. Di ba? Fujian province yung Xiamen?
Ito, okay, sa southern China. So,
Shaanxi.
Hindi, meron, you cannot be a leader in the same...
in your residence, yes.
In where you were born or where you were raised, you cannot be a leader there. Ganun ang patakaran ng China. That's practice for 2,000 years. So ang eksena nila dyan, kaya nga pag sayang hindi available yung curriculum vitae, baka ina-update. Kaya pag nakita mo yung CV nila dyan, halimbawa naging official, di ba, naging part ng People's Village or whatever, and then in the middle, pabalik sila ng school. Tapos pagkatapos nun, ready ka na sa promotion ulit kasi nagkaroon ka na ng
further studies, yes.
Oo, tapos hanggang maka-achieve ka ng PhD mo, for example, and then packet ka ng packet. Kaya it's very competitive kasi yung mga kalaban mo, they're all competent.
Second, talagang meritocracy, no?
Second, they all have experience. And of course, just like in any politics, meron diyang may clique, merong it's the people etc. Pero the bottom line is, even if you have the people and etc., you have to be educated and competent and has a lot of experience. So doon na kayo magkakatalo sa people Hindi po pwede na angat ka lang because of the people
because of the people Hindi po pwedeng yun yung pundasyon.
No.
Dito it's the people
Kasi si Xi Jinping, yung mataas na yung tatay niya, pero hindi siya yung nabigyan na lang, okay, dahil member ka,
na silver platter.
Hindi, pagtrabahuhan mo yan, bakla, ganyan. Parang gano'n na eksena. So, ngayon, kaya nga naloloka ngayon ang mga observer ng China kasi ang pattern na ngayon sa China, yung mga member ng Politburo, halos lahat may engineering background. Aerospace.
That's why they build a lot, That's why they build a lot.
Aerospace engineering.
Materials engineering sila.
Materials engineering. Kaya yun yung naloloka na sila na parang, what is China up to, no? Na yung kanilang Central Committee ng CPC, bakit puro educated ito ng engineer? Even their top military official was an aerospace engineer.
Just like the new defense minister of Russia, he's an economist. So diba?
So nag-aano sila. Kaya nga ang niyan ay, girl, these are not like the politicians of the Philippines. Simple as that.
True. Ayun.
Nag-iisang Pilipinas, Joey, no?
Sa kayabangan. Nag-iisang Pilipinas kayabangan. So, sa totoo lang, hindi ko na
Guangdong. Yung ni Xi Jinping ang responsible sa Guangdong.
Sa Guangdong? Wow, that's the most industrial region, no?
Siya yung nag-propose ng special economic zones, yung tatay ni Xi Jinping.
Yes.
Kasi hindi, yung concept mismo ng special economic zones. Can you imagine, ganun kataas yung, ganung
level sa
level na yung tatay niya. Pero nag-umpisa pa rin sa...
Pero you start from the bottom. The bottom of the bottom, he has to do farm work.
Right.
And be rejected numerous times sa pagpasok.
10 times, 9 times, ha?
Di ba parang, ni-reject ka ba? Di ba kung ikaw yun, di ba kung one time ka na-reject, talagang parang masasaktan ka. Si Bukla, 10 times siyang nag-try.
Yung mga kasi syempre dito sa Pilipinas, di ba sobrang bababaw ng mga isip ng yung kaibigan ko nga na trader, sabi niya, ang tawag dito, ito naman mga Pilipino, comment na, kasi talaga nagpupunta siya ng China para sa, sa mga businesses niya and whatnot, ganyan, sabi niya. Ito namang mga, kasi, mga kababayan natin, pag sinabing China, made in China, hindi palpak, keme. Sabi niya, hindi ba naisip ng mga Pilipino na kaya palpak na mga gamit ang nakakarating sa China kasi yun lang yung binibili natin.
Yun lang ang kayang bilhin.
Yun lang yung kaya natin.
Or yun ang preferred.
Ng China, lahat ng mga magaganda at mga fine things nandun. Hindi nyo kasi afford.
Hindi nyo afford. Di ba parang
mga, nabibili nyo dyan, yung mga reject na gamit ng China kasi yun lang ang kaya nyo.
AC Mobility of the Ayalas are opening 22 BYD dealerships in the country for 2024.
And BYD is, of course,
of course, China.
Connected to the CPC, Exactly. This is connected to the CPC. Tapos, nasasabihin nila, naku, nagsaspy sa atin ang China, kaya sila pumunta ng Porac sa kanang Bamba.
Naku, nag-spy sa atin ng China gamit ang Pogo.
Bakla yan na, business partner ng kabarkada ng presidente. Hindi ba yan that is 1 degree away from the president. Yan ang spying. But they don't want to say
in an interview of Lisa Marcos with Astor Amoyo, di ba sinabi niya doon na she built her company with Chinese partners way before the husband decided to run as president.
Wow.
At alam ko kung sino yung it was given to me in confidence, kung sino yung business partner na yon at kung ano yung business partner na yon dito sa China, the family. So I don't want to say if Isaf and Nika are worth their salt, they should know the information that I know. Pero yun na nga, na parang Bex, bakit kailangan pumunta ng Porac at Bamban para mag-spy? Ayan na.
Spy daw nila yung recipe ng mga Kapampangan. Sarap daw kasi magluto.
Tapos highlight pa yung frozen Peking duck, yung frozen na dala-dala na.
May mga nakuha raw ng mga frozen meat. Gagawin natin. Party tayo. Gawa tayo charcuterie.
Okay. Alam mo, even the South Koreans have very dodgy dealings in the Philippines.
Oh, yes.
Diba? Bakit ba sa tingin ninyo yung Pilipinas pinupuntahan ito ng elite ng South Korea at nagtatayo sila ng business? Mga Bex, no. Ang mga bumibisita ng mga South Korean sa Pilipinas ay galing sa mga probinsya nila.
Correct. At karamihan, hindi afford na pumunta sa mga other
Europe,
expensive English-speaking country.
At karamihan,
cheaper option.
At karamihan dyan, may mga business. And of course, the most lucrative business in the Philippines is monkey business. Kaya kita mo si Kumar, Indian. Sa tingin mo ba si Kumar, high profile ito sa India, kaya siya pumunta ng Pilipinas? No, kaya siya because the Philippines is the best place to do monkey business. You have a lot of monkeys in the government and there's business. Gusto ko nakakausap ng mga business background. Ito si Joey, business background to, di ba? Sa finance. Kasi ibigan niya. Kasi madali, these people are very pragmatic and practical and very, they know what ROI, they can understand this. Pero pag itong mga yung, halimbawa si Tariela, ano bang tinapos mo, Tariela? Do you know anything about business?
Highlight si Tariela before natin tapusin ang gabi. Gusto ko i-highlight si Tariela ng wagas. Kasi, grabe, talagang tumodo sa usaw si Tariela dun sa KOJC issue. Parang, sa totoo lang, ako hindi ko naman sa kinakampihan si I mean, wala, hindi ko, parang, hindi ko, I do not really find it, na ipagtanggol si Pastor Kibuloy or whatnot, ganyan-ganyan. Pero pagka meron kasi mga ganitong tanga na naglalabasan, pinipilit nyo kami magsalita eh.
Exactly. Kasi nga, yung pinapait natin is, the rule of law. And then,
Sabi ni Tariela, when the mansion of the fugitive Pastor Kibuloy was surrounded by Philippine National Police, they had lengthy statements and even criticized the police efforts to arrest him. I find such reaction paradoxical and it makes one question where their loyalty and interest really lie. Putang ina mo ka, meron tayong tinatawag na due process of law. Ang warrant of arrest po, pwedeng i-quash if it is issued arbitrarily, idiot. Tang-ina nito.
Tapos kinoconnect niya kasi he's questioning the loyalty of the people.
But loyalty to issue of due process, idiot.
Oh, walang kinalaman nito ng West Philippines, gago. Tangina.
Parang puta. Nakakairita talaga. Diyos ko po. If we're...
A Coast Guard Commodore who is the official spokesperson of the PCG.
No.
Doon sa West
Apparently,
Philippines.
Kuyang Ibi, he's not a spokesperson. He is parang a member of a task force. That's it.
Yeah,
hindi siya he doesn't have any paper to show that he is the spokesperson of Coast Guard.
Ganun ba?
Yeah.
So tapos, why does he have to issue a statement regarding does he have a background on police operations, the conduct of the serving of warrant, you know?
In
Coast
fact,
Guard
if he has one, Kuyang Ibi, if he has one, he would understand that police were questioned several times, and in many instances, police lost in serving a defective warrant of arrest.
Yes, exactly. And he's assailing the members of the church na nagprotesta.
Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Tapusin niyo muna yan kasi this is explosive. Kalalabas
Okay,
na
Sige na. Tapos na kami.
Sandali, papadala ko sa yung link. Nakakaloka.
Sobrang na-high blood ako dito, Kuyang Ibi, no? Dito sa comment na ito ni Tariela. Unang-una, it's not his place to comment. It's not his place to comment. Number two, this is not about issue of loyalty, idiot. This is an issue of protecting your rights. If you know your rights, you're going to fight for it.
And for crying out loud, Joey, it's a church compound. People go there in congregation.
Ano bakla, ihinto muna yan because this is explosive news from Reuters. From Reuters.
Ay talaga, again.
Sige.
As in, just this one.
Now, shit, ano to? Sama-sama tayong ma-surprise. Sige.
Nag-surrender na si Zelensky?
Pentagon runs secret anti-vax campaign to undermine China during pandemic.
Wow.
Basahin mo, go!
Oh my God! The U.S. military launched a clandestine program amid the COVID crisis to discredit China's Sinovac inoculation. Payback for Beijing's effort to blame Washington for the pandemic. One target, the Philippines.
Fucking shit!
Oh my fuck! Health experts say the gambit was indefensible and put innocent lives at risk. Oh my God. You need to share this, guys. Teka.
Bakla. So, inano kayo ng mRNA. So, yung vaccine na yan, ang kaya nagkaroon ng EDCA na marami.
Because of, yes.
Cancel ni Duterte yung pag-cancel dahil hindi
ayaw ng Pilipino.
Pilipinas kung hindi ibabalik ang EDCA. And now, the cat is out of the bag. Baka sinasampal na tayo ng katotohanan ni Ritter. Itong explosive expose na ito.
Who wrote this? Chris Bing.
Ang ina. Basahin natin together, guys, ha?
Okay.
At the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, the U.S. military launched secret campaign to counter what is perceived as China's growing influence in the Philippines, a nation hit especially hard by the deadly virus. The clandestine operation has not been previously reported. It aimed to sow doubt about the safety and efficacy of vaccines and other life-saving aid that was being supplied by China. A Reuters investigation found. Through phony internet accounts meant to impersonate Filipinos, the military's propaganda efforts morphed into an anti-vax anti-vax campaign, social media posts decried the quality of face masks, test kits, and first vaccine that would become available in the Philippines, China's Sinovac inoculation. Reuters identified at least 300 accounts on X, formerly Twitter, that matched descriptions shared by former U.S. military officials familiar with the Philippines operation. Almost all were created in the summer of 2020 and centered on the slogan, China ang virus. Tagalog for China is the virus.
Oh my God, yung Laila na yan, alam mo, tinitira ko niya dati.
Etong Laila?
I remember that account. Oo. Okay, tuloy.
Okay. Ayan. So ito, China ang virus. Gusto mo yun? China galing COVID, tapos China galing bakuna. China, unahin mo kami, please. Bigay pa ako isa pa, Pogo at Black Sand. Okay. COVID came from China and the vaccine also came from China. Don't trust China. One typical tweet from July 2020 read in Tagalog. The words were next to a photo of a syringe behind a Chinese flag and a soaring chart of infections. Another post read, from China, PPE, face mask, vaccine, fake, but the coronavirus is real. After Reuters asked X about the accounts, the social media company removed the profiles, determining they were part of a coordinated bot campaign based on activity patterns and internal data. The U.S. military anti-vax effort began in the spring of 2020 and expanded beyond Southeast Asia before it was terminated in mid-2021, Reuters determined. Tailoring the propaganda campaign to local audiences across Central Asia and Middle East, the Pentagon used combination of fake social media accounts on multiple platforms to spread fear of China's vaccines among Muslims at this time when the virus was killing tens of thousands of people each day. A key part of the strategy amplified the disputed contention that because vaccines sometimes contain pork gelatin, China's shot could be considered forbidden under Islamic law. Grabe, sobrang...
Grabe, ginawang haram, ha?
Oo, sobrang kupal. The military program started under former President Donald Trump and continued months into Joe Biden presidency. Reuters found, even after alarmed social media executives warned the new administration that the Pentagon had been trafficking in COVID misinformation. The Biden White House issued an edict in spring 2021, banning the anti-vax effort, which also disparaged vaccines produced by other rivals, and Pentagon initiated an internal review, Reuters found. Sas, di ba Donald Trump actually launched a smear campaign against China? This might be part of it, ano?
No, well, Donald Trump started the economic war with China.
Yeah. Donald Trump is just the president. You know, you have to understand the U.S. government, the deep state, especially the deep state. There is actually a deep state. Matagal na yan. Alam, there are books that you can read. Go to archives.org and find the book called Dual Government. It's published by Oxford. Dual Government by Glennon. Mababasa niyo Dual Government ba ito? Glennon. National Security and Double Government. So ito yung title. So National Security and Double Government. You can read a copy sa archives.org. So tuloy ka, basahin mo na, go.
Okay, ayan. I don't think it's defensible. I'm extremely dismayed, disappointed, and disillusioned to hear that the U.S. government would do that. Daniel Lucy, infectious disease specialist at Dartmouth Geisel School of Medicine. The U.S. military is prohibited from targeting Americans with propaganda, and Reuters found no evidence the Pentagon influence operation did so. Spokespeople for Trump and Biden did not respond to requests for comment about clandestine program. A senior Defense Department official acknowledged the U.S. military engaged in secret propaganda to disparage China's vaccine in developing world, but the official declined to provide details. A Pentagon spokeswoman said the U.S. military uses a variety of platforms, including social media, to counter those malign influence attacks aimed at the U.S. allies and partners. She also noted that China had started a disinformation campaign to falsely blame the United States for the spread of COVID-19. In an email, the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that it has long maintained the U.S. government manipulates social media and spread misinformation. Manila's embassy in Washington did not respond to Reuters' inquiry, including whether it had been aware of the Pentagon operation. A spokesperson for the Philippines Department of Health, however, said the findings by the Reuters deserve to be investigated and heard by the appropriate authorities of the involved countries. Some aid workers in the Philippines, when told of the U.S. military propaganda effort by Reuters, expressed outrage. Itong Manila's embassy in Washington, malamang ang nire-reach out nila dito si Babes Romualdez, ano?
Of course.
And it was Babe Romualdez who told President Duterte na sige na ibalik mo ng EDCA, otherwise hindi tayo magkakaroon ng vaccines. And it is, I'm pretty sure Babe Romualdez is part of this. Putang ina, can you imagine? The Filipinos didn't want the Chinese vaccine. They had to wait the vaccine that the United States would have to give, and it came with a price. They have to be given the EDCA sites. They have, the VFA would have to be reinstated.
Yes.
Putang ina. And nakakaloka dyan, we had the worst cases of COVID, and that's in the region because the vaccines were because itong vaccines ng Sinovac, etc., were demonized by the US military. They don't fucking care about Filipinos. If you don't wake up, putang ina ninyong mga Pilipino kayo.
Mamatay tayo pare-pareha sa katangahan.
Continue, Joey. Naiiyak ako, girl.
Grabe, no? Okay.
Actually, nakakaiyak talaga. Bakit tayo ganito?
Bakit tayo ganito? Bakit tayo Putang ina, bakit tayo naging ganito katanga?
Wow.
Putang ina. Girl.
Well, this is how America treats you. You know, you're just an instrument. You're just a tool. They will do anything.
Bakit tayo naging ganito katanga?
Tapos yung mga Pilipino, tayo, majority, walang magawa kundi magpapaloko.
Nakashare na po ito sa page ko, pareho sa Sasugando Santos, saka sa For the Motherland. Pero putang ina, bakit tayo ganito katanga? Bakit tayo ganito katanga? Girl, ginago tayo. Parang hindi nyo makita yung balitang ginago tayo. Ay, hindi to Pilipino, hindi to Pilipino nagsusulat. Mga foreigner na. Concern na sila sa atin dahil ang tatanga natin.
Wow. It's unbelievable.
Nakakaiyak talaga yung sobrang nakakaiyak.
They had to go out of their way, you know, sacrificing the lives of Filipinos just to demonize.
Dahil lang gusto nilang makaano sa China. They sacrificed your lives. This is a preview of what's going to happen. Putang ina, ang tatanga natin. We have a leaders who would like to sell the lives of the Filipino people. Kasama na yan si Babe Romualdez. Babe Romualdez has to resign.
He has to rot in jail.
Babe Romualdez and all this family has to have the same fate as Mussolini, Ceausescu.
Senator Amy Marcos, she heads the Committee on Foreign Relations. She should investigate.
Yeah, yes! Senator Amy! My God!
Putang ina, Senator Amy, manindigan ka na ngayon.
Yung pinsan mo, putang ina, binenta tayo ng bonggang-bongga.
Ang grabe, no? Alam mo, bakit tayo ganito? Alam mo yung parang, are we so stupid as a nation na kaya na ganito tayo niloloko? Girl, ito na, foreigners na nagsasabi, millions of lives were put at risk because of the United States. And we don't fucking care.
And we are in the same situation now, Sas, Joey.
And it's the same situation right now.
Yes. Ngayon, lantara na. Yan, clandestine operation. With the help of senior government officials of the Philippines.
Babe Romualdez, huwag kang magmaang-maangan dahil ikaw mismo ang nagsabi.
It came from your mouth. Oh, it came from your mouth. You had an interview with Richard Herdarian. You crying before PRRD, begging.
But again, I would like to call on Senator Amy. Your committee of foreign relations is responsible in matters like this because this is a foreign country intervening in the affairs of another sovereign country, risking the lives of its own citizens just to have an edge over the Chinese. So, Senator Amy, if you can hear us, please open an investigation about this.
This is some serious shit.
Girl,
very serious shit.
Actually, naliloko ako kasi yung una nag-send sa akin, Reddit. Sabi ko, Diyos ko, ba't naman ako magpo-post ng Reddit kung anong source? Bakla. Nung pagka-search ko, USA Today reported. I-check mo kung mag-report. Reuters reported. USA Today reported. Bakla. It's almost everywhere. I'm pretty sure among mainstream media natin hindi ito i-report.
Hindi yan.
Pag hindi ito ni-report pag hindi ito headline ng Inquirer, hindi ito headline ng kahit anong mainstream media, putang ina, sunugin ninyo lahat ng Inquirer ninyong or lahat ninyong Inquirer ninyong mga newspaper just to show your indignation sa mga American colonial collaborators na ito. These are the real traitors of the country. Ilang milyong Pilipinong buhay ang ibinuwis, ang pinut ng risk ng mga Amerikanong kasabwat ng mga putang inang mga to. This is the reality of the country. Sinasampal na tayo ng mga foreigners ng katotohanan at tayo nagpapagago.
Yun. If Filipinos don't wake up, with this news, ewan ko na lang anong how many lives will be sacrificed before the majority of Filipinos, wake up to this. Talagang, So, ito, ginawa na nila sa Chinese na vaccine. Ngayon, ginagawa nila ito doon sa Pogo at sa mga Chinese nationals na nandito. They are demonizing now the Chinese people. Kahit naman kung saan kang bansa, may mga kriminal naman talaga. They are singling out the Chinese. Yung xenophobia is now on very dangerous levels. Almost every day, may nire-report na keso may Chinese national na kung ganito, kung ganyan. So, where does this end?
It's the same tactic.
Yes.
In order to get an upper hand, what the Americans did is to demonize Sinovac.
This is crimes against humanity.
This is crime. Yeah.
This is a real
Ilan
crime.
ang namatay sa COVID-19 in 2020? Putang ina. Putang ina! COVID-19 deaths 2020. Ilan yung namatay sa COVID-19 noong 2020?
Dahil naghintay sa American-made vaccine, dahil ayaw sa Sinovac, dahil dinemonize nila na hindi naman talaga totoo.
December 15, 2020, 8,812 deaths.
Kailan ba dumating yung first batch of mRNA nung Johnson saka Moderna
ilan yung vaccine natin during that? Di ba we had around the Chinese gave us 500,000 vaccines.
They were the first ones to give us the Sinovac, ha? Tapos yun na nga, ayaw ng mga tao kasi yun na nga dahil of the demonization that's been going on, yung black propaganda nga. Ito na ngayon na-uncover. So I would assume there were deaths noong mga panahon na yun dahil hindi nga nagpabakuna ng Sinovac. They opted to wait for...
It's not even that. Kaya hindi ma-lift ang lockdown ng mas maaga because of hindi pa dumadating yung mga vaccines. And second, kaya tayo nagkadami-dami ng utang dahil kailangan magpamudmud ng ayuda during that time. So what the United States did to us is the United States fucked us in every hole in our body and we are still liking it. Putang ina ninyo. Girl, kaya hindi tayo
could have been controlled earlier eh. Had they not done this, it could have been controlled earlier and it could have not exhausted all our resources.
Yes. Prevented yung expense, prevented deaths, prevented the faster opening up of the economy dahil yung vaccination rate natin ay makukuha natin in a shorter period of time. Ewan ko kung ano pa. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I think yung mga those who are earning money because of those who are earning money for trolling. This is how you fuck the country. Yung mga bayaran na magto-troll ka lang because ito ipakalat mong information, babayaran ka. Now is the perfect time that you reflect on how you fuck this country up.
I'm sure those trolls are in these governments, in these administrations, troll farms. 300 such accounts.
I'm pretty sure of that. Grabe, putang ina, girl. Alam mo yun, akala ko kanina, conspiracy theory, kasi nga Reddit yung binigay sa aking link. Sabi ko, anong link nito? Tapos ako na nag-search sa Google, pagkatingin ko, putang ina, USA Today, Reuters, tang ina, this is not conspiracy. Oh my God, parang, we are this, parang, alam mo, if the PCO, if Bongbong Marcos will not address this, he should resign.
He should.
This is the perfect time to call on Bongbong Marcos to resign if he will not address this, because this put the lives of millions of Filipinos at risk. And the economy, this is not just putting the lives of Filipinos at risk. This is economic sabotage.
And this is undermining the sovereignty of a country. Okay? This is tantamount to
ito ang real undermining of sovereignty, mga kababayan.
Yes.
This is the real overnight. Putang ina. Tang ina, girl.
Ang sakit sa puso.
cannot believe that this is happening in our
country in this
year.
time.
In this year, in 2024.
Grabe. Grabe, no? And then you have all these people that are in the corridors of power now who instigated all these operations, clandestine operations by the Pentagon, by the Americans. Siguro nandyan pa rin sila and they have grown more powerful. So this expose goes to the very top, I think, of this admin.
Kuya, ba't ang tanga-tanga natin?
Yun na nga eh.
Ba't ang tanga-tanga natin? Ganito na lang ba tayo? Ganito na lang ba yung bansa? Parang, ganito na lang okay na tayo sa ganito?
Right.
PR, hindi bumalik ka na lang uli.
This is war crimes.
Girl, can you imagine? Inipit si Duterte. Tapos sinasabi, inaano nila na si Duterte may kasalanan pag may EDCA. Kaya nga niya pinalik yung EDCA dahil putang ina, ayaw ninyo ng Chinese vaccine. At kaya ayaw nyo ng Chinese vaccine dahil sa kagagawa ng US military. I cannot believe that this is happening in 2024. This is like... Kung hindi ka naiiyak sa nangyaring to, ewan ko sa'yo kung Pilipino ka pa. Billions
of our resources depleted.
Were lost.
Lives were lost.
Billions of lives were lost. And then now we have given the United States 17 EDCA sites.
Yes, because of that.
Because of this.
Imagine, we sacrificed economically, we sacrificed some lives, and in the end, we still sacrificed our sovereignty by giving the Americans 17 EDCA sites for them to use as they deem it to be. So, tingnan mo, we've been fucked in all the holes in our body and we're still loving it. Just like Sas is saying, or like what Sas said. Kailan pa tayo talaga mamumulat?
Bigat naman itong live na to.
You know, I want to call on Senator Amy, no? She's the most intelligent in the Marcos brood. She has a powerful committee on the Foreign Relations Committee. This revelation falls upon the purview of her committee. She should stand up. She should come out, make an investigation, and preventively recall Babes Romualdez. Because I think he is part and parcel of this clandestine operation of the Pentagon, CIA-led. This is how the fucking CIA fuck us up, Joey. Ever since. So, yun na nga, nagagalit minsan yung mga kaibigan natin dahil masyado na tayong anti-America. Look, guys, we are not anti-Americans. We are not against the American as a people. We are against the policies of the American government. The one running not Joe Biden, not Lloyd Austin, or not the senior officials, the deep state that's running the country from within. Doon tayo galit. We love Americans. We just like Filipinos, may mga folly sila, may mga But look, if this is not evidence enough for you to be convinced that the Americans are toying with our emotions, toying with our...
Americans do not care about, the American government does not care about the Filipino people. If they cared about the Filipino people, they would not have required na ibalik ang EDCA para mabigyan ng life-saving vaccine ang mga Pilipino. What did other countries ask when they donated vaccines?
Yes.
Pero ang ginawa nila, hey, Darian must be in this.
Yeah. I think so. Yes.
Natatandaan ko ang mga pinagkukuhan hey Darian during the pandemic.
He was promoting the demonization of Sinovac. I read his tweets, I think. I can remember.
Sa lahat na nag-demonize ng Sinovac, pakyo kayo mga putang ina nyo.
They are in this. They received money.
Of course. Of course. What is it in it for them? Anong incentive nila pag nag-demonize sila? They are paid to do this, to do just that. Imagine 300 such accounts.
You know 300. What this is worse than Dengbaksha.
Yeah.
Worse than Dengbaksha.
Yes. Worse than Dengbaksha because
walang lockdown sa Dengbaksha eh.
This affected our economy. This is affected our kaya tayo nagkautang-utang ng malaki nung pandemic because kailangan magpamudmod ng ayuda. Everything.
Especially our national security and our sovereignty.
Joey, can you repeat the news kasi may mga kararating lang.
Okay.
This is breaking news.
May nagre-request din kanina to parang can you please parang tagalugin daw yung balita basically okay ganito po basically meron pong investigative report ang Reuters at napag-alaman nila na nagkaroon ng propaganda actually it's a military operation, military propaganda to undermine Sinovac. Ang propagandang ito, ang target ay mga Pilipino. Okay? Mga Pilipino. So yung propaganda, ginamit ang ilang mga account, ito ay nag-start sa Twitter ito ay nag-start sa X na dating Twitter, at ito ay pinalala sa mga iba't ibang social media platform para hindi magustuhan ng mga Pilipino ang Sinovac. At hindi ito piliin. Okay? So, ano yung naging effect nito? Okay? Ano yung naging effect nito sa atin? Dahil sa propagandang ito, okay, remember, una nating vaccine Sinovac. Yan yung unang na-procure ni PRRD, di ba? Yan yung unang yan yung unang nakuha ni PRRD. Ngayon, dahil na-delay yung ating mga yung ating mga lockdown na extend kasi hindi pa dumarating yung vaccine na gusto ng ibang mga grupo. 'Di ba yung maraming mga influencer noon na sigaw ng sigaw na they do not want to be inoculated by Sinovac. They want to have a choice and their choice is not Sinovac. Okay? And so our government was forced to forge agreements in order to napilitan ang ating gobyerno na makiayon sa iba't ibang mga kasunduan para makakuha ng bakuna bukod sa Sinovac. Ano po epekto nito? Ang daming namatay na sana naligtas natin. Ang daming nagkasakit, severe, na sana naligtas natin kung tuloy-tuloy ang pagbakuna ng Sinovac. Yung ating mga lockdown na hindi naman na dapat humaba ng ganun kung nagamit natin ang ating mga bakuna efficiently. Hindi rin tayo nalugi doon sa mga bakuna na hindi na nagamit because of this, dahil dito sa operation na ito. So nakita nyo yung effect. Aside from that, aside from that, isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit pumayag na papasukin ang Amerika at magkaroon ng mga military bases dito ay para sa access sa bakuna na binroker ni Babes Romualdez kay PRRD. Inamin niya ito sa interview niya kay Richard Heydarian noong I think 2022, 2023. So nakikita niyo po yung problema? Nakikita niyo po ba? Yan po ang sitwasyon natin ngayon. Ayun.
Basahin niyo yung buong news. Grabe, Joey. Para tayong hindi na tayo nagtanda. Tang-ina, magkakasabwat silang lahat. Now Duterte was correct.
Sabi ni Harold, Duterte administration during that pandemic are ridiculing our independent doctors, lawyers, and concerned citizen. Harold, kasi while I respect your na yung sa mga pandemic, yung mga ganun-ganun, kaso nga lang kasi ang problema nung mga panahon na yun, may namamatay. May namamatay. And yung mga deaths are so real. So whether it is planned or it's not planned, meron kasing namamatay during that time. And, you know, our government can only react based on the deaths that is happening.
Well, I think what happened to us was a pandemic, and it was planned by the U.S. military.
Which we cannot really, we do not really have any, no?
Yeah, they planned it. No, not the introduction of the virus, but our ability to fight COVID. That was the plan for us to lose our ability so that we can depend on America. Now you see what's going on?
Sabi ni Pixely, what if ipin nila kay Duterte? Kaso nagsalita na si Babes Romualdez na siya yung nag-broker ng vaccine, ng American vaccines.
Kay Duterte, these are already out in the open. Anong ipipin kay Duterte? This is Reuters. Did they mention anything about Duterte? No, it was Duterte was the target. Duterte will target himself. Stupidity.
Naka-post na yung link sa wall ni sa wall ko, ayun. Sabi ni, matagal na namin alam yan, ayaw niyo maniwala dahil conspiracy theory. Hindi po, no, isa po kami, Diyos ko po, SAS was actually posting a lot of information about Sinovac's efficacy during that time. In fact, kami sa TikTok, ganun din yung sinasabi namin na wag i-demonize ang Sinovac. Ang hindi natin alam during that time, I don't know kung sinasabi ni Harold na alam niya na military operation yun ng Amerika. That is the information that was not present at the time.
Well, you have a hunch. You have a inkling. But the thing is, iba na to. This is like real.
Proven on na.
Proven.
verified, confirmed information.
Oh, so don't polish your knuckles too much. No, this is verified information. Multiple. Tangina, girl. Ay nako, if the Filipinos will not rise up because of this country is going to the dogs for 100 more years.
True.
I don't know.
Nakakapagod.
Sige na girl, ano na natin to? Sabi ni Gigi, Chinese brand nga ang pinanturok ni Pidots nga. Oo nga, we know that. Nung ginagawa niya yon, saka nag-launch ng campaign. So ano nangyari? Nagkaroon ng mababang inoculation, ng vaccination, dahil ayaw nga, ng Chinese vaccine. My God, Diyos ko, Lord. Basahin niyo yung news. Basahin niyo yung expose ng Reuters. Bakit ba kayo nag-iimbento na kung ano-ano? Andiyan na yung expose, babasahin nyo na lang. It's fully documented. Kaya tayo ginagawang tanga ng mga Amerikano dahil ang tatanga natin, hindi tayo marunong magbasa eh. Ayaw rin natin mag-effort na i-improve natin yung ating reading comprehension. Oh. Gusto Lord, tangina.
Sabi pa nitong article, an unknown number, tens of thousands of followers daw yung mga nagpo-post, no, na ini-employ ng Pentagon, and one US official who was a member or the chairman of the United States, the US National Intelligence Council, who is in charge of the analysis of the strategy of Washington in many of its spy agencies, si Greg Treverton said that what the Pentagon did crossed the line. Meaning, even yes. So now they are speaking up. Mga Amerikano na. From the intelligence community, you have the likes of Scott Ritter, you have the likes of Colonel...
Kahit sila nasusuko sa ginawa nila.
Yeah, and then you have the U.S. National Intelligence Council Chief Treverton saying that's, that they went over the line. They crossed the line because they've undermined...
Kahit sila aminado sila na nakakasuka yung ginawa nila.
Tapos may nagko-comment pa rin ng mga ganyan. What the fuck is happening with us Filipinos? Oh, my God. Really? Joe, this needs to we need to study this and read about it and connect the dots and
let's talk about it like even more kuya,
even more yes,
tomorrow
tomorrow, yes, we will have to read and reread and do some further reading from other sources, because apparently they did it to the Arab countries as well.
I think they did it in Singapore also. Kasi meron rin ganyang movement sa Singapore eh. Di ba Singaporeans actually demanded to be given a non-Chinese vaccine.
Yes.
Putang ina. Lahat na nag-participate dyan sa campaign na yan, putang ina yung lahat. Mamatay na sana.
It's a very long article, and towards the middle, Special Ops Commando, that has turned a cadre of psychological warfare soldiers and contractors in Tampa, is Florida, to undermine Beijing's COVID efforts. Tingnan mo? Tingnan mo? Yung mga psych operators nila, mga magagaling yan, no? And they did it doon sa MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa, Florida. Anonymous accounts on X and Facebook. Ito na yung ginagamit nila eh. Parang kinapi-paste lang ata ng mga operators dito sa Pilipinas. I think we have to end this, Joey, no?
Let's I'm going to end this live, guys, and I didn't expect that it's going to be this heavy.
Oh, grabe.
I am also emotional as Sas got emotional kasi this is some very, very serious shit.
Very serious. Very
serious shit. Kita-kita tayo next time, guys.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Joey. Bye, Sas.